Pat McGuinness, National Housing Party. Just going to do a quick recap on my Talk TV appearance on the James Wales show. And basically, they tried to humiliate me by setting me up to call me politically correct insults live on air. And I didn't allow them to do that. So, so what happened was, if anybody wants to see that clip, you can look back. You can look back at the look back on my channel, my YouTube channel, and you'll see my performance on appearance on the James Wales show. So as everyone saw, they kicked me out of the studio, and the reason I went on there was because I called out James Wales and Talk TV and GB News that they will not allow anyone on their shows. They will not allow anyone on their shows to campaign for what the real solution is for the Dover crisis. And the only solution is to completely stop accepting refugees for citizenship, which would mean leaving the 1951 UN Refugee Convention. So they got me on the show. You know, they invited me on. I went onto the show. They kicked me out. As I came out of the studio, James Wales came running out and called me a racist. And I said to him, "You're politically correct, you anti-white mug," and then he scuttled off back into the studio. Now, that Lizzie Cundy from GB News was outside and she's giving me dirty looks. I also saw that, what's her name? I've forgotten her name. The other presenter on Talk TV. Oh, I've forgotten her blinking name. Anyway, they're all Zionists. They're all part of the problem. And if you watch the my appearance on the James Wales show carefully, Ash, they were clear on what they were trying to do to me. They were trying to humiliate me, saying that I didn't have a heart to because we're campaigning to stop accepting refugees. So if you watch Ash in the appearance, he brings up Ukrainian refugees, then he brings up World War II as well. So they were clearly trying to humiliate me live on there, and James Wales couldn't get it out in time because I wouldn't let them bully me. I didn't swear at them or anything. But the whole reason of me going on there was because they always allow Richard Tice to go on their channel and other people from Reform UK. They allow them to go on there, and they keep saying that these channel migrants crossing the channel are illegal immigrants. Now, the reason they keep calling them illegal immigrants is because they don't want to look at the real problem, which is accepting refugees. So the Reform UK do not have a plan to criminalise. They keep saying they're illegal immigrants, but they don't have a plan to criminalise them for trying to break into our country. They say, oh, they're just going to turn the boats back. That's not going to work. Just turning the boats back might work for a couple of weeks, but eventually the French will say no. And they'll find other ways to come across, and they'll continue to claim asylum. But Reform UK don't want to talk about that, because before the Dover crisis, Nigel Farage, Reform UK, all those people were happy with the flood of refugees into our country. We cannot take any more refugees into our country. You know, we are full up. We've helped enough refugees. The time has come for a party to campaign to completely stop accepting refugees for citizenship. And people like Talk TV, GB News, they will not allow that on their channels. People need to wake up. Reform UK are part of the problem. It's like Suella Braverman with her Rwanda plan. She keep calling them illegal immigrants, but with her Rwanda plan, she had no intention of criminalising these people coming across the channel, who she repeatedly said they were illegal immigrants. The only solution is to leave the Refugee Convention, 3-year prison sentence if they turn up after that, and they stay in prison, the detention centres, until they agree to get their paperwork and leave, because the big problem as well is they destroy their paperwork, and you can't deport someone if they don't have any paperwork. You can't do it from DNA. The other country's got to know exactly who it is, and they're not going to accept them until that is achieved. And all these people coming across the channel know this, and this is why they destroy their identities. So Reform UK, GB News, Talk TV are trying to protect the Refugee Convention. They don't want to scrap it, and it needs to be scrapped. In order to save our nation and protect our borders, we need to stop accepting refugees and make claiming asylum and giving them citizenship a thing of the past. Now, we've got an open door at Dover, and it's directly linked to World War II. And you know, you need to do your research about the whole thing, but that's the reason we've got an open door at Dover. So Richard Tice, all these people, Nigel Farage, they don't want to face the real problem and the uncomfortable question, the elephant in the room, and that is we need to stop accepting refugees. They're too scared to do it because they're politically correct, they're part of the establishment, and all these channels, GB News, Talk TV, they're extreme Zionist channels. And Zionism also is linked to everyone accepting refugees. Same as Tommy Robinson, he's a Zionist. He supports Israel. You know, Rishi Sunak, Keir Starmer, David Cameron, Boris Johnson, they all support Israel. Nigel Farage, these are all Zionists. Israel are trying to start a war with Iran. It's going to cause a mass flood of refugees into Europe. And this is what the Zionist agenda is. And we need to call it out. So, thanks for watching. Pat McGuinness, National Housing Party, UK. Jesus Christ is King. And, you know, you've got to be cruel to be kind with your family, your nation, you know. Letting people just turn up and claim an asylum under the United Nations Refugee Convention is not helping your nation. So that's in our policies. If you like what we stand for, please come and join us. And thanks for watching. Thank you very much.